Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Puffin Planes, where we're definitely going to get fired this episode. I've been saying this now in the last couple of episodes, but it's beginning to become a little bit more difficult to run and maintain this airline company globally. It is getting more and more difficult, but I thought to myself, I had a long, hard sit down and thought, how can I, without spending any cash right now, I quickly pause, make more cash. Now, our reputation's really good, okay? It's up 104 right now, which is amazing. I'm thinking, is it worth sacrificing some reputation for some passenger income? And in my head, I'm thinking, yes, it is, guys. It really is right now. So what I'm going to do, you can see right now, we took a huge drop in income when I kind of set it up that I would reduce my comfort and income levels in return for plane capacity with this upgrade. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that one. It's great. I want the plane capacity, but I'm thinking of kind of getting a few of the other ones. Now, I could get rid of this one, which adds comfort and decreases boarding time in return for additional 10% passenger income. Granted, it does increase the boarding time, but we get 10% more income from passengers. Now, this one here, 25% plus comfort, I could lose it all. So basically, I reset myself to 0, and I pretty much then get 5% more income from passengers. Bam. So with that said, we should see some nice little growth spurts of income coming in. Granted, it looks like we've just had a big spike anyway with all those increases. But that's the game plan. That's the goal. We're going to see what happens. We're going to try and get to the next quarter. But in reality, from those two new things, I'm getting 15% more income coming in. Now, we do have disapproval, which is not great in this place over here. This is a place that I recently got set up, and I think it's down to the fact that the planes are not big enough capacity. So I'm going to order a second Pico. That's my way to solve it, is order a second Pico, boys. Now, Jakarta here is going to need to be like some form of a secondary hub. I'm just really hoping my next goal as CEO is not to have adequate lines. What's the word I'm looking for right now? I've kind of forgotten what the term is. But I'm hoping that's not the case, because I don't think I'm going to be able to maintain it. I really am not. I'm in this weird predicament right now where not only do I need to spend money, which is quite difficult, I've also got to buy planes and lines. So with 18 minutes or hours or whatever it will be left in the game right now, let's see what the issues are going to be. If I've got enough spare cash, we're going to have to upgrade Jakarta right now. I'm not sure if this place is going to have... I mean, 2 planes are better than 1, right? Right, guys? Oh, it's shambles. Absolute shambles. Right. We're getting fired. Listen, if I go into it negatively, negative things will happen. Right, guys? I'm projecting on the world right now. So, let's see what this next quarter goal is going to be. Oh, it's airport upgrades, which is exactly technically what I need to do. Now, we are going to take the cash. We've got a little bit of a token we can take as well, because we need the cash more than anything. Jakarta needs that upgrade, which unfortunately for us, all that money we just earned is now gone. Shambles, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. We'll turn that into a focus city. So I need to do, technically, 3 more upgrades. Now, we can grab a small lounge in Kuala Lumpur, which is great. Oh, Bangkok and Guangzhou right now are feeling the heat. Feeling the heat, boys. So I need 2 more airport upgrades. Now, we're hoping that the revenue has not only spiked, but spiking again. So this is exactly what I need to do to earn a little bit more cash, as the game is slowly starting to struggle right now with speeding up. But there's only 2 more upgrades I can do. Now, obviously, I can do airport upgrades in smaller, lesser-known airports, but I'm going to be spending the money anyway. It's almost the same amount of cash. So you might as well spend it in areas that would make sense. So we've added the upgrade to Bangkok right now. Let me slow the game down so I'm not staring at complete lag 24/7. This route here is not looking great. We need a bigger plane on it. Do we have? We have no planes available that we can add on to it. Now that route there is Bangkok to Tokyo. Now Guangzhou right now is stressing out. Seoul is starting to stress out. We'll grab a oh no. Oh, do we need to? Yes, focus city for you. Increase the throughput. Planes on this. The plane's not too bad. I think it's just the throughput is taking longer to load. I did kind of change the upgrade, so now it takes longer to board planes, which is a shame. Let me fast forward here. Maybe we can do that final upgrade over here. Washington, Baltimore is not feeling great as well. Right, everyone is not happy. You're not happy, but then again, the route itself. I can't select the route. It's very difficult to select the route. It really is. Houston to Madrid. New York City to Washington, Baltimore. It could do with an additional plane. But guess what? I mean, actually, do you know what? It's not that expensive to throw another little Pico on there. Ease the burdens. But they're not going to be happy with what's going on. We are now really struggling. We really are. I'm just trying to see where I can maybe throw in a nice little cheeky little upgrade to kind of help things out. But I think it's going to be difficult. Lima. Do you know what? Lima's going to take the upgrade. That final one. We'll give it to Lima right now. But we just got to hope we can earn enough cash in time. I'm trying to fast forward. I'm barely meeting expectations at this point. I am barely meeting them. Oh, I could do a lounge upgrade, which decreases the patience, but increasing the throughput is probably more likely what we would need to do. So 640, we need 713 in total. We need 713, which we're about to grab. Bam, that's got the upgrade. Back into play mode. We'll see what now happens. But I can't see myself lasting much longer at this point. I really can't see myself lasting much longer. So money's definitely increased, right? Yes, we've definitely gone back up in cash, which is amazing. We'll see if I can get an additional token, what would I change now? So reducing fuel, that's all great. I'm just trying to see, look, what will be different? Increase passenger income. I don't think you would change anything else. There's no more airplane upgrades. There was nothing I would really, no, there's nothing I would really want to change. Unless I change this back to decrease boarding times, but that's really it. That really is it. I don't think there'll be much more that I would want to do. Right, new airports unlocking. This next goal is going to be interesting because now I've got less money than I did when I come to the goal last time. Oh, good God. I need to find 5 more operating agreements. Right, take the cash again. Where can we fly to pretty cheap and still be able to afford to buy a plane? Boa Vista. Can I do a Pico? I can order and send you. Manaus. You're now a little bit too far. I'm going to try and see if I can do Pico levels of distance. Seattle to Saskatoon. Is that how you pronounce it? Order you. Bam. So far, so good. So far, so good. Where can a Pico fly to? Right, we're about to make Seattle so much more busier. And I need 1 more. Ooh. Hello. Can I fly? Or do I take you to Casablanca? I feel like you should go to Madrid, but yeah, we'll go here. Order you. Bam. Right, how are we only scraping this by the skin of our teeth? How are we managing to scrape it by the skin of our teeth, boys? I can't believe we're managing to get this far. You know what I mean? I can't believe managing to get this far and still maintain. Now, I don't want to buy any new planes, like in my little back catalogue that I can use at any given time, because we just don't have the cash to change stuff when we need to on demand. Now, airline monies, I think that's our new plateau, which is not far off what we were originally making at our peak, which is pretty good. Our reputation is going to take a little bit of a hit, unfortunately. Average trip length, flight comfort has decreased dramatically. But it's what it is. It's what it is. Now, we could also think about having plane or airport upgrades that reduce the fuel costs. That will save me a lot of money in the long run. That is a long flight right there, which is looking super busy. Like a fuel depot reduces the costs of fuel by 33%, which is amazing, but only flights going to the airport, so the major hubs will all need it. I think that will be the next airport upgrade we focus on when we get that type of goal coming in next. Right, now we got to sit through major game lag. I don't think there's any settings I can do to reduce graphics. At this point, this is what it is, and I can't do anything about it, okay? I can't do anything about it. There's no other... it's what it is, okay? It's what it is. You can't do nothing about it, boys. I'm going to have to sit through the slight lag. Right, Fort Dallas is not happy right now. Let me get all the way over here. Where's Fort Dallas Worth? Now, what's up with you? I could, if I really wanted to, is throw in another plane. They're really not happy with me, and they keep telling me how they're not happy with me. So I might give them... It's probably cheaper to throw a smaller Pico one than it is to increase anything else. So order a Pico, put the plane on that route. It's cheaper to do that than it is to upgrade the actual airport to increase the throughput. So we'll see how we get on with this. Right, Philadelphia's got disapproval right now. Of course they have. Of course they have. Right, guys. I'm now nearly got $1 million in the bank leading on to this next goal. My daily income is not too shabby. It's higher than it has been in quite some time. In literally, right, nearly it's as good as it was 200 days ago in the game. And we've got to see what this next one, right, disapproval in Philadelphia right now. Again, if I can select the actual airport itself. So I press play, but I still got to wait for the game to catch itself up to slow down. Philadelphia. How in this world am I even clicking on that route? Right, overview. Where's Philadelphia? Philadelphia. Philadelphia. By amount. Right, that route there. Again, it's cheaper to throw a smaller Pico on board. Now, going to Chicago. Oh my goodness me. There's no amount of way in this world that I can sort that out with placing a bunch of Picos on board. Right, disapproval in Philadelphia. It is what it is, guys. Right, we've met their expectations. We've got 1.37 million in the bank right now. I feel like all these places are just getting busier and busier and busier, but I can't do much about them. Right. What's this next quarter goal? At least 323 airport upgrades purchased across your network. Now, we'll take the cash on this again. Gives me 2 million in the bank. Now, I only need to do 5 more upgrades. So before we go anywhere with this, let's first take a look at where are the most amount of planes flying to at the moment. So places like Beijing is quite important to upgrade it with a fuel depot to reduce the fuel costs. Tokyo is the same. Very good. Guizhou is the same. Nice. So we'll do them to begin with. Right. Looking at big planes, big journeys. Somewhere in America, New York would be really important to do that, but we need 611, sorry, to be able to get that in. Now, we should be able to do this and then do another one, which I might just pick London. Because London has large planes flying. Then again, LA is important. London has large planes flying to it on greater distances, which means more fuel would be used. So it'll be hopefully more to save there. So daily income versus balance. There's not like a daily expenses, is there? It'd be cool to have an expenses one to see how much you spend and then see it drop on how much you spend. So we can try and fast forward now. This is another one where we'll meet the goal but not exceed it. I can't do another 11, another 10, to exceed on top of what I'm doing right now. That, for me, just feels impossible. It really does. It really does feel like impossible at that point. I'm trying to select New York. So, yeah. Flying to Miami and to Chicago and Los Angeles are big issues. So we've got to add additional planes to it, but I just can't afford to buy additional planes. This is where it's really difficult for your boy. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, this is a big problem. This really is a big problem for us. We should now have enough to buy that upgrade in London once the game catches up with us. There we go. Zoom in. And upgrades. Fuel depot here. Save some pennies. Now, if I was to buy a plane here to sort this route out, I would probably want a 125. Now, a plane of this magnitude needs a lot more pennies. But then again, this gold is going to end shortly anyway. So, do we just wait to see what this goal would be before I then decide to buy a new plane to ease those burdens and routes? I just can't see myself getting out of the hole. I really can't. But let's see what this next goal is going to be. I could buy the plane now, by the way. I really could. But what's this next quarter goal? Oh, God. I need 5 new routes to set up. So, we'll take the cash. Okay. Now, new routes to kind of get involved. Again, they've got to be small routes. Chicago to here. I'm looking... I mean, it's operating agreements. It's not routes as in a sense of you need to fly to... I can do there to there, for example. All right, Manila to you. If it's a Pico distance, we can do it. And then whatever money I've got left, I'm hoping we can maybe spend that money to buy a new plane for a route that is currently overloaded. Right, I'm looking around because, there is places that are now appearing that we've kind of skipped over this whole time. I feel like Beirut's going to be very busy. Right, one more, and then whatever cash is left is what I can then utilize. So, we've met the goal, but that's all we're doing, is we're just meeting goals. Now, there's nothing else I want to do here. That fleet capacity is not plane capacity. It's how many planes I can have before, crazy stuff does happen. Oh, look at our daily income right now. It's increasing. It might reach the highest levels we've ever seen it. It actually might, boys. It actually might. So with that said, let's go back to the Americas. It's a good job they've all got patience, isn't it? And let's see. But then again, this route has now gone green. So we've kind of got through the backlog in reality. This I don't see as happening too much. So I'll do this one. A 125. Large capacities. Now this route here. It's expensive. A leveling veteran, which is pretty cheap. And then these Picos are so much cheaper. I could order one and then fly it over. It's not much, but it helps. Oh, it's too long for that. I do apologize. I do apologise. It's too long for the Pico. It's too long for the Pico. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Right. We've got the bigger plane on, which is definitely going to help out, even though that line is still red. We should be getting somewhere with this. So we'll try and fast forward as much as we can with the game causing all kinds of issues. But I can't see us having the ability to expand anywhere else. We are now, once you get over this line, we are making more money in daily income than we've ever have done before. So every day we're making nearly $250,000. 4 days we're making $1 million. Money is definitely coming into our bank. There's no question about this. More airport upgrades to reduce fuel costs will be huge. It just shows you how much fuel... Oh no. One of our planes has just crashed. Rebuild the route. Oh, that's not good, is it? That's just made me spend money I didn't really need to spend. Very annoying. Add another plane. We'll add that additional Pico that I've got. To ease the burdens of the flights. But, you know, America is crazy. Not as busy as other places that we currently have on the go, but it's still up there with how busy this place is. It is still up there. Do you reckon a direct route to Miami to Chicago would ease some of the burdens of this? I think it really would. Right, now we got to purchase 300 basically 5 more airport upgrades to meet the goal. Right, so we'll take that. We'll have an upgrade in Chicago. And then we'll do an upgrade in LA. Right, that's just 2 I can do. Now, if I fast forward here, does the game still lag? The answer is yes. The game is going to lag no matter where I view it from. I would have thought you just rendered where you can see. But that's not the case. I need 3 more upgrades. Is what I need now. 3 more upgrades. I do have 6 days to do it. So I'm thinking back into play mode. We've got to take a look at other places that are super busy. So I'm now thinking there's a lot of planes that go to Riyadh. So we'll build a fuel depot here. Right. Istanbul, there's a lot of planes. Moscow's a big one as well. But I need 650. We'll do Moscow and Istanbul next. They're the 2 ones we'll kind of get sorted next then. So we should see our daily income rising again as we're reducing our outgoings. That's, again, something that should happen. Or at least we can only pray that's going to happen. So how much have we got now? We've got nearly 500,000. We've still got nearly 4 days in the game to get this done, which it should be done fairly quickly. Now, the sooner I can buy the new fuel depot, the more money we then save. So I think that was about what we needed, right? Let me go play mode. Is the game going to go play mode? I'm trying to move. There we go. It's crazy how laggy it is now, isn't it? Istanbul, we buy you. And then for Moscow, we need 654 as well. Okay. Okay. 654. As we now just slowly watch in 4 frames per second our glorious airline company coming together. Right. Money's... Oh, there we go, boys. We've had the highest peak ever in terms of daily income. Our highest peak to date of daily income. So, what we've done has worked. It just needs to work a little bit more. Oh, pause. I've had to buy a random upgrade just to get that done. I've panicked and had to buy a random upgrade just to be able to remain CEO. Oh, I've never panicked so hard in my life. Seniac, you almost missed out then. You almost legit just missed out. Oh, good God, that was scary. That was actually scary. That was actually scary. Right, maintain at least 636 well-serviced routes. This is where we fail. This is where we fail. Right, there we go. Guys, it was nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you. Right, well-serviced routes is something that can be done fairly easy. Okay? Like, for example, theoretically, what I could do is set up a multitude of routes flying to other destinations, and that there in its own right eases a bunch of burdens. Now, I don't know where the best place to go about to do this would be, but it makes it super easy to complete this. Now, so easy, in fact, that I'm just kind of scanning around where it would be best to do this. So easy, in fact, that I could exceed this goal. Now, let's first take a look, because I can take some heat off going to Madrid, and I can go Malaga to Alicante on a Pico. Right, I could do Alicante to Barcelona on a Pico. Let me just show you what I mean by this. Barcelona to Bilbao on a Pico. Bilbao to Portland on a Pico. Porto. Porto to Lisbon on a Pico. Lisbon to Seville on a Pico. And then Seville to Malaga on a Pico. Now, this is very close. And you wouldn't do this in normal life, but I've created the M25 ring road. Now, give them time to order those planes. And for those planes to situate themselves and do what they've got to do. Some of these routes will lose lots of money. Some of them will make some money. And passengers will utilize these instead of flying to Madrid. Which what that would do is reduce the throughput to Madrid dramatically. That can only be a good thing. That can only be a good thing. And that, with those well-serviced routes, would then allow me to meet the goals. I've just got to wait for the planes to reposition and now start flying. So I'm now starting to see some of the planes flying. I've got to wait a little while before they're considered to be well-serviced. But you can see a little bit of a drop on the go right now for passengers going to or from Madrid. It also depends on when the planes are flying there as well. You know, let's not beat around those bushes. But that's enabled me right now to meet the goal. And now we're going to try and exceed the goal. So let's do the same thing to somewhere a bit like Spain there, where there's like a radius to where we can fly people around. Now, we could do China, but I feel like China's going to be so busy that these extra routes that I do will kind of be over the top. So I could do it like this. Pico to here. Order Picos. Now, they're just plane hopping is what they're doing. But it's to trick the game into thinking we have more well-serviced routes than we need. Now, granted, they will probably lose some money. Right? But all of a sudden, it's a bit more interesting with these routes. Now, obviously, you go away for the planes to kind of surface. But we could quite easily exceed these goals. Now, I don't mind these goals now, thinking about it. I don't mind them as much. Where else could we do this? Now, of course, I might turn Caracas here into a bit of a mini hub. But I don't think it works like that. Right, I need to slow down because we've now exceeded. We've now exceeded. Okay, we've exceeded, boys. So these routes, like Porto to Lisbon, there's a few people waiting. There's a few people waiting there. There's a few people waiting. That's literally all it will ever be, is a few people waiting. Which, when the passengers drop, they do drop from Madrid. So passengers going from Porto to Lisbon would have gone bam, bam. Obviously, it takes people off this line. But less people have to then go through Madrid, thus making it a lot more easier for us. Now, that would have meant my daily income maybe would have dropped, but so far right now, it looks like it's holding on. So let's have a fast forward anyway, and let's just see what now happens. Because I've exceeded it, I get to take a bit of extra cash right now from the next quarter's goals, which could allow me to buy more planes and build longer routes. Providing what the next goal is going to be. So, my daily income, it's on a nice trajectory going up, but I might have plateaued it for a little while now with those additional small commuter routes to exceed the goal. But you never know. You never know. Planes are flying. We could make more money. There's only upsides to this. There is only upsides to this. So, goal exceeded. Give me my cash. Right now, give me my cash, which I get to take away 2.1 million. Now I've got to do operating agreements. So, that is new places, okay? That is definitely new places we got to fly to. So, let's do this first then. So, to you, we'll do a veteran order, bam. To you, we do a veteran order, bam. I should have maybe done a micro. How much is a veteran? A veteran is 372. A micro is 311. Yeah, do a micro. We do a micro, boys. So one more, and then we've met the goal. One more, and we've met the goal, but where do we fly to? To you. Micro, bam. So another 10, right, to exceed the goal, but we're definitely not doing that. 100% we're not doing that, but what we can do is look towards buying new planes in areas that are needed. Like, that was dramatically needed. So we now fast forward. We watch hopefully our daily income now increase. Which it only should do with getting more planes on the routes. With getting more planes on the routes, it should do. It should do. Right. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Now, all those planes have been ordered. They should now be going around Karachi. There's a good place we could connect up, but I know it would be crazy. I know it would be crazy. Money's coming in. We've met the goal. There's no need to stress about the goal at this point. But I could spend this money I've now got coming in pretty much to reducing the fuel costs in a few places. So I'm just waiting for the game to now slow down it from my play mode. There we go. That took longer than it should have. This route here is always busy. I put a Concorde on there, did I? Rome's a good one. Berlin's a good one right now. But let me have a take a look over here. So, did I reduce them in Miami? Because there is a fair few planes coming over here right now. In Miami. No, and we got to do 2 upgrades to get that far. Mexico City. We'll do the fuel upgrade here. And that should dramatically reduce the fuel prices and costs. And still give me a few pennies remaining. Now, do we see much need for these routes? There is a need. There 100% is a need. Yeah, some of them are actually doing pretty well. So there is a need to a certain extent on some of them. Right, in Sao Paulo right now, a lot of people are going to get sucked up onto the planes. I'm surprised that's orange. It should be green, at least. Oh, this route here is red. Disapproval in Phoenix. Disapproval in Phoenix. How busy is that? It's got 250 people capacity plane on there. Miami, the demand to go to like somewhere like Chicago connecting flight is pretty high. We should have one that divides the middle. And I'll order our 125. That's an important route. I just know it is going to be an important route. It will take some heat off the other ones as well. Right. Let's see what this next goal is going to be. Let's see what this next goal is going to be. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. What is this next goal going to be? Oh, they want to sell some Pico planes. 2. Okay, that's a steal. Did I get the planes? No, I got scammed. Damn it. I got scammed. Right, there was always a chance though. I could have got some cheap planes, so there you go. There you go. Right. Okay. Okay. So, this next goal is going to hit us like a ton of bricks. I can already feel it. I can already feel it coming like a ton of bricks. Well service routes. Actually, no, we could still do this. Now, I might treat America right now to some little connecting routes. I'll do them to cities that kind of feel like it would make sense, but it doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? There we go. And we'll see how far I can go before I run out of money. Washington to Philadelphia would always be a good little route. Vancouver to Portland. Right, at what point am I running out of money? Now I'm running out of money. So wait for those 13 planes to get delivered. Wait for them all to get repositioned. And we'll see if, and only if, right, we then have enough to exceed the goal. Still awaiting planes to be delivered. Still awaiting routes to fly. Can we meet the expectations? It's like we're actually struggling to meet the expectations all at the same time. Alright, we've met the expectations. But I don't think we're going to exceed the goal without doing a lot more flights. I can't see that happening. The game is almost impossible to now play. It does almost feel impossible to play. Right, these places here should have flights. This is just me trying to up the numbers. And then Mexico. Right, just ordering many more planes. to see if I can get close to exceeding this goal. It's all we can hope for. It's all we can hope for. We'll have a little fast forward. And then we'll just see what this next quarter is to decide what our next move would be. So whether we continue this or not. This monstrosity. We have now officially exceeded our goals, by the way. So, I won't say now we're climbing with the money-making capacities. It is starting to slow down a little bit. It's starting to plateau a little bit as we kind of then throw in these little smaller routes that really do kind of change things up. We do need to kind of build some more hangars. That's a given. But these routes do take a little bit of the burden off flying to the major city hubs. So we do have to give them that. We do have to give them that. But what is this next quarter? That we exceeded, by the way. Throwing that out there. We did exceed it. We did exceed it. 5 more city operating agreements. Take my 2.3 million cash. Now, this is probably the most I've ever had in a very long time. If I check my bank balance now. Oh, it's hard to see because that's when the game had that big rebalance update. But, yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. This is the most money we've had in a very long time. And all I've got to do is connect up 5 more cities. So why don't we try and complete the remainder of Australia? How much is... 500,000 to get Perth up and running. We'll fly this over to Sydney. On a 125. Why can't I fly this? Oh, because it doesn't have the runway? Yes. We'll upgrade to have the long runway. Does Sydney have a long runway? Yes. And now we're okay. Now we're okay. So, unlock you, unlock you. And we'll fly Picos over here. Unlock you. Pico can reach there. Right, Pico should be able to reach both of these places. Done, 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 done. Port Lincoln. We've got Adelaide. So unlock you and unlock you. Can Adelaide... Adelaide can go to both of these on a Pico. Which I can't order another Pico now. Damn it. Damn it right now. Bring me that cash. Bring me that cash. Nice. No, it's a Pico going back that way. Hopefully it doesn't overload at the Adelaide line too much. But we'll fast forward here. We've met the goal. I just want to see when that final planes kind of get out. Oh no, that is the final thing, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think we're going to exceed it. There's no way in which we can exceed this. But we have since managed to connect Australia up a little bit more. Okay? But I think we're always going to be on the edge. I don't think that there's a greater challenge now going to come in and take us out. The daily income especially, you know, is definitely there. Reputation, we've slightly crawled it back a little bit. Flight comfort has completely dropped. And I think that's how it's going to be. I don't think we're going to do any better than what we currently have right now. So what do you guys reckon? Do you reckon I can say that I've done it? Or do you reckon there's still much more work to do? The game is starting to become unbearable again to play even in fast forward mode. And money coming in is pretty slow and things are super expensive. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.